Hello. Well, yeah, it's been a while. About a few months, I'd say. But Fontaine has come out, and that has obviously. What was it? It revived me, alright? I'll just zoom in that editing, alright? And with that out of the way, let's begin. Ignore the other quests. Yeah.
Good old caravan rebot. Now let Paimon think. What were we up to the first time we came here?
You were running from the fence, Paimon.
Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her.
Alright, you're right. It wasn't the feds. It was the it was the mercs. Good memory, Paimon.
So much time has already passed since then. And it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right?
They got bigger urns? Is that what you're trying to say? I can't really tell the difference.
Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with.
Yes, but as long as we're around, it's hard to say what will happen.
Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble.
I was just thinking that you might be the problem, Paimon. You know what? If we think about it...
Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble.
Oh, what were you doing before?
When she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out.
Wait, what? Wait. Well, that's the farthest back we got in Paimon lore.
Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we
How you get sucked into a whirlpool?
For now.
We just resting in the water? Next stop, Fontaine.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway?
We're going to leave Sumeru and head to Fontaine. Oh great, look at this weirdo.
Are you serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place.
I mean, it's in the name, deal. What would you expect?
Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it.
It's an idea. Once I pull you from the other base 5 stars, we'll be chatting along. Somewhere, I don't know.
How about I gather a few mercs to escort you two? What do you say?
Oh, well, appreciate it.
But no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
That's one hell of a route to go to Fontaine, but anyway. We'll leave as soon as we finished a few more preparations.
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon made?
We're trying to find our sister or something, you know, whatever, fuck her. Look at this weirdo. Look at this weird little boy. Look at this weird little fellow.
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything. It's sad enough to see you go like this.
By the way,
probably
should we go
not.
say bye to Nahita?
In her case, she'll just follow. She'll stalk us. She's a stalker sometimes. But you know, she's that type of stalker that's like always watching you and stuff.
Oh, good point. Then
It's
there's no
like
need
that
to bother
concept
her
when
in
they
the
say
real
God's
world.
watching. It's literal when it comes to Nahida in this case, because she is actually right there watching you in your dreams, just looking at you, staring at you, just like, what are you doing? You thinking, huh? You know what 9 plus 10 is?
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Take care, Dia. You're a cool character because you box people, and I really wanted you, but you had to be in the standard banner.
Bye, dear. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Goodbye, Sumeru. Until an event or something like that calls us back here. But bye, Sumeru. Settling matters to Sumeru, you approach the border with Fontaine. Okay, so Dia was the only one that mattered. Oh my. And before anybody asks, yeah, I already, I didn't get all the waypoints, but I did explore, you know, just a preliminary exploration. I did fight the boss too, because my god, are they beautiful.
Whew. After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it. Oh, this must be Fontaine's port.
Man, it's fucking beautiful, man. It literally like a Niagara Falls entrance, this is.
Wow. Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines. Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Alright, let's start by meeting the Hydro Archon. Let's see how long this one will take. Like,
Good idea. Nahida gave us loads of useful information.
loads. She just told us it's based off a judicial system and she's got a weird personality. She's a weird little gremlin.
Taking out the 7 is probably still our best source for information at this point.
Our journey is to find my sibling. Don't know what the truth is. I guess truth about our sibling. Yeah, that was pretty obvious from the start. Is that a waterfall in the desert?
Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means.
Imagine that her personality is that she's a little like a ship poster. Like from what I saw, people treat her like she's a gremlin. Like she's like the gremlin of just the ship poster.
To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Will somebody die or something?
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family.
Hey,
I was
what
expecting a
happened?
sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Also, you look very, very polished, miss. I like the hat. It's a nice little hat you got there, miss. Can I have it?
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough.
Oh, y'all like drama. Oh, Fontaine's about drama. It is about the tea. Fontaine is where the tea is at. Oh
well,
my.
it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
Oh, no. Of course Fontaine would be where the tea is at. It's literally the place where the Steambird is, the newspaper. This is the birthplace of Oh, yeah. This place gonna have all of the tea.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette.
Ah, yes. Fishman.
As well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Oh, really? A judgment device created by the Archon. How many devices do we have created by Archons that are very suspicious? First, we had the Sanctuary of Surastana. I guess it was cool. And the sages imprisoned baby Nahida in there.
Pure trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally.
Oh, okay.
In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Make an appointment? Is she like a secretary or something?
Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
Yeah, it's very important for her.
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
Oh.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Oh dear.
First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before.
She's popular. Yeah, and me neither, Paimon. Like, she's just not. She's
Wait!
a star.
The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Exactly, that's the word. Look, guys, it is 2:33 in the morning that I'm doing this. All right, I was too busy exploring Fontaine, doing important things. And I just decided to do the story right now because I don't know when I'll get another chance like this. So do apologize if I do seem a bit out of it. Also, I do think I'm coming down with something, but it seems alright for now. It's just a throat soreness.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Mascot, that's the word I was looking for. Celebrity was close, but that's right on the nail. She's the mascot of Fontaine. Like how you are for Genshin, Paimon.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Seems like the people of Fontaine really like the Hydro Archon. She is...
Alright, I think we got it.
She is up
Thank
there.
you. At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take. Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime.
Sure thing. Oh, I see the hat there.
What are you looking over there for?
There's a girl over there.
Maybe something's the matter.
It's
She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
It's the water. It's not like jumping off a cliff in like Liyue or something.
Maybe we better go check on her.
I don't worry. Yeah, she's gonna. Oh no, she's gonna fall into the water, which I can see the ground perfectly clear. What is she gonna do? Drown? Prelude of.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Is the water salty?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
Y'all played in the fucking desert?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Maybe they're mermaids. Wait, mermaids existing? Technically, it's like the lock folk. Maybe they're
Though
mermaids.
people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water.
Oh, okay. Well, I had my question answered. I didn't expect to actually answer the question, so it's freshwater.
And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Well, that's very, that's quite foreboding.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
I guess so.
Oh, and you are?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
What gave you that idea?
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
Yeah, there's hardly anything left for me to say. Well, but you around Paimon, you say everything that needs to be said and more, and so much more. I mean, so much more.
So that's how you think it is?
Oh no, that's not how I think. That's how it is.
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
See, I like that attitude, Linny. Okay.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
Oh dear, two of them.
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now.
Who the fuck makes these prophecies?
Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now.
Oh, okay, so it's an event. So what's happening?
Where to begin?
Just give me the bullet points, man. Just give me the bullet points. Just say y'all gonna die or something.
Let's put that question on hold for a moment.
I fucking
Mr.
asked it for.
Hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
You're gonna get charged with. I'm gonna get like federal charges or something like that. Oh man, I would crack up if it's just a court case and Paimon gets charged with like federal charges.
Oh, alright then.
Embezzlement.
Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By
Congratulations.
the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here.
And girl.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Wait, what? Look at her, she got her own personal guard. Oh my. Hello there. Hello there, miss. Well, here is the Lady of the Hour in the flesh.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Oh my. The enthusiasm is
As you can all
palpitating.
see, two unfamiliar
travelers have arrived in our nation.
Ooh, you got
Come,
monochromia.
let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion, who have journeyed here from distant lands.
I like her design. Fontaine just has all the hats. Look at that hat. It's so beautiful. I want it.
Is she talking about us?
No. She's talking about fucking Pedro and Pascal over there by the other side of the fucking aqueduct. What do you think? Nobody here seems to be holding a glass.
I've
Scoop
long
up water.
heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally.
Oh my.
Fear is for insignificant cowards.
Oh dear.
I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity.
I like the eyes. They're so cool. And what the fuck's up with your eyelashes? Why do you have them?
Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct.
Neo World program.
I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Well, finding the archon was easy enough. She just said, "Screw the complimentaries. I'ma go to your ass. I'm just gonna flop my cock right here and let everybody see."
Yeah.
That is what she did.
I still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes.
Exactly. She just flopped her cock right here for everybody to see, cause she ain't afraid.
The Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top?
And that's all I need to know about her personality. She's a little over the top, and I love it. She is.
Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding.
Oh, and she's condescending
Don't
too.
forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Oh, really? What's your special powers? Venti's all about weird time stuff. Morax is Morax. Raiden is the eternity stuff. And Nahida is Dream Girl. What are you all about? Truth seeking? You know people's intentions?
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Feels like she can't get over herself. And I love it. Oh, looks like she knows that.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Well, Yifer, she's right there. Say what you want to say now, Yifer. I mean, what are you waiting for?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
What's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Oh, see, everybody here knows wherever Farina is, there is drama. There is spice. There is tea.
Of course! That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him.
Huffman, what are you doing here?
This is gonna be the duel of the century.
Oh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Ooh.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus.
Oh, and she's all high and mighty. I see.
Consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
I'm gonna battle her. Oh, then I gotta raise the volume then, cause I want to hear that music.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Bring it on. My God, I got a resume.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior.
Oh, and she's a shit talker too. I like that.
Nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. You're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
Oh, you're all too high class for bloodshed. Come on, guys. There ain't nothing wrong with spilling a bit of blood. That's where the fun's at.
Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Why? What did we do? What are we getting charged for? Why are we getting taken to court? What did we do? Do we need a passport or something?
All right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
We just got here, Farina, and you're already over here trying to aggravate us. What the fuck did we do to you?
Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Oh yeah, she really got it, and she really extra with it. She just said hello. She wanted to come introduce us, and then she's taking us to court. What the fuck?
So much about the crowd's reactions. Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
And we haven't committed any crimes. What do we do? Illegally enter the country?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it?
Is it homicide for all the many people I've killed in the game?
According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first
she's racist. She's also racist. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Okay.
Clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
So you are high-strung, high and mighty. You are condescending, and now you are racist as well. I was actually right when the Hida said she got an eccentric personality. I said, oh, she's racist, isn't she? Yeah, she is. According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. Why? You are clearly guilty of violating this law. Why the first 3 days? What the fuck's the point of that?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
Well, Paimon, make this a civil dispute then. Clearly fight for your human rights, Paimon.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Paimon, you could put a civil dispute claim against the god and fight for your human rights. She sees you as an object. That's clearly discrimination right there.
Precisely. Now, if you choose,
Oh, she's going full throttle on this.
in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
What the fuck?
My apologies, Lady.
We just
Farina.
got here. We're
I
already
couldn't
getting
destroy
arrested.
it
It hasn't even been a fucking
But
hour.
if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
Exactly.
You tell her, Linny. Finally, someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Paimon, start crying. Start wailing and just bellyaching. Cause a scene. The only way to beat this drama girl is to be even more dramatic. You gotta out-drama the drama.
Great right, Magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
You love a plant?
I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
Start crying, Paimon. Make a scene.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Did you just symbiote with Pyra? Oh. The hell?
Ta-da!
Oh, that was sweet.
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
Well, the name patted you on the back. Oh, damn, you put a kick me. Kick me.
As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's
come the
hand
fuck
all
on.
along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Good taste. Yeah, cool.
I'm not
Cool.
sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Hold water, Hydro Archon, I see. Very funny. Ha ha ha, very funny, man. I'll kick him on the fucking shit. Oh, she's unhinged.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that
You know
I
she was gonna go
enjoy.
batshit on this motherfucker, but she had to keep face.
Can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved.
What?
The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. When there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
Well, Ainsley, for some wrong, you do judge others.
I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette.
I wonder how you
That's
judge
enough
the
for now.
Saritsa.
Toodaloo!
Oh, you use Toodle. Oh, you know she's crazy. Bitches who use Toodaloo are crazy.
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is
She
so
would
amenable
thrive
to
in
reason.
Twitter. She would thrive there. Yeah, confusing is a good way to put it.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few
No,
simple
I thought he
tricks
was an
I use
accountant
to
given
make
the,
a
you know,
living.
the outfit I'm on. I thought it
Lynette
was
is
an
my
accountant.
assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
Nice.
Isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
Do they do executions there?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred.
Just a divorce case for one of the kids, and the father's just crying like, please, I just want to have my kids. But Karen's like, nah, I'm taking all the kids, and everybody's just like, Lamau XD.
And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by
There's some
fate.
Hunger Games type shit. It's all
Might I
Pan
invite
Am,
the
too.
two of you to see my performance?
My
Sure.
brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
I would be delighted.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first.
Is there any way I can help?
Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Is that a tote bag?
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine.
Yeah, you told me that.
It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine,
Anything you do it can be the most obscure
There
thing,
hasn't
and you'll
been
offend the
concrete evidence
highest
for any of these
echelon of
claims,
order in this
so they
world.
can only
You
be
could
regarded as
not use a
conjecture.
mortar and pestle to make pizza, and you just get cursed, and your whole lineage, from beginning to the end, will be cursed horribly because you didn't make pizza the way they wanted it to. It's the weirdest fucking shit with Celestia sometimes.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
It's like they're all gonna end up like blasphemous.
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
But now the water is engulfing our memories.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Awesome. I hope we
But
get to see
who knows?
Celestia in this
We're
Archon
just
quest.
tiny specks in the grand
Before
scheme
the
of things.
Fontaine Archon quest ends and we move on to that one, we get like a little glimpse of what Celestia can do.
Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
How many did you give us? Alright.
That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions.
Many are quite stubborn.
Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine.
I like
Since
your
we're out
hat.
and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many?
Oh, that would be much
Sorry.
appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
We're never gonna get out of this fucking place. So much fun. It's probably gonna be up for like a month later. Because I'm gonna do all this in one sitting because I don't know if I'm gonna get another chance to do something like this.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here.
Oh,
Maybe next time
congratulations.
you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power saving mode today.
Yeah, you
Otherwise,
got
I
that
fear I
Kokomi
may not
energy
have
on
any
you, huh?
energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
You just said...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Probably were like, we are not gonna deal with your shit, we are going.
What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it
Just
seems
shoot
she's
her.
very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Take a boat?
All right, let's go.
Wow, what a very Hermosa. Okay. Okay, beautiful in Spanish. Let's see what the fuck you are. These photos are all pretty good. I guess I'll ask the editors to take their pick. Are you a photographer? I'm afraid not. I'm good at photography, yes, but I prefer the title adventurer. I take my cat on the various adventures and take many photos that tell a story. I mean, who says pictures can't tell a story? Some of these get published in the newspaper. Some get used as illustrations for books. Each one of my pictures will definitely contain my cat. Makes them easy to identify, you know. Your parents must have really had high expectations for you if they called you that. Anyway.
This is the spot where Lenny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her?
You gotta take the Melazine bus if you want to escape here, Missy. Get ready to stop her. She said, nah, I ain't dealing with that.
Did she notice us? She started running the other direction. What should we do? Should we chase her?
Our job is to block the path.
You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief.
Seems there's no reason for us to stay here.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier.
No problem, Huffman.
Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Damn, fucking idiot. Twisted your ankle.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
They just made water roads, Paimon, don't
This
worry.
is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Alright.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Where the fuck is the anchor or the fucking hook for this thing? Hey, Charlotte!
Huh?
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte, it's been a while. Thanks for pointing out the obvious, Aoife.
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friend.
Oh, I just remembered. I've been following
We
a
can
case
just
lately.
wait out the aquabus till we get there. Where's the
A series of cases,
Melazine?
actually. You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
I think I already know who's behind that one.
That's right. These stories
they
are the
say it's
talk of the
true, I
town
think I
right
already
now,
know who it
and
is.
It's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked,
I'm gonna place my pen on a certain. Oh look, the mausoleum.
Oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found.
I think I know who did that. I'm pretty sure.
Many
Like, I've been
suspects
saying
have
that
been
again and
arrested over
again,
the years
but
in connection with this case. But shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
and there must be more than one criminal at work. Maybe there are copycat criminals. Nah. It's one person. It's one single individual.
Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
You continue taking the aqua bus, and before you know it, you arrive at your destination.
Hey, we're almost there, look!
Man, that city looks beautiful. I'm happy that I could still listen to the music despite lowering the volume, because I don't want there to be an echo. Like, there'll probably be an echo, but still. I'm just gonna shut up and enjoy this.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
They should.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Have a good one, Charlotte.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
Thought you were in a rush while you're walking.
Always running around and interviewing everyone?
She was walking, Paimon.
Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Man, is this place beautiful.
This is our current abode.
Nice place.
Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose
Well,
that can't be helped.
Wait, what? Father? Papa? Daddy?
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Lene sure seems to have a big family.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
It's alright, you go ahead.
Okay, I see.
Is everything alright?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine. Always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
I'm just very suspicious of you now. I'll talk about father in quotations. The melazine is hydrating itself. Look at that guy running.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right.
Well, those 2 times in
Wasn't
you
it
are
clear
actually,
and sunny
asylum
just a
by.
moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
Yeah, it's very fucking weird. It never rains in cities.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain
It's
that
like
I
Florida
tend to
weather.
believe. It said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine.
Dragons.
Though we don't know where the dragon went. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
On these nuts.
When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Could that Hydro Dragon be the elemental dragon of Fontaine? Wouldn't that Coca? Dragon Lord's Dragon Lord.
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual.
Wasn't that Raiden's power to conjure up a storm? Well, it's a storm, rain, and storm are like different things, right? No, Paimon, no.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Fuck up, you stupid!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
I mean, give us some
You
time.
know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Oh my god, they are so siblings.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
Sometime the rain stops. And it's nighttime.
It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Lenny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead, Lenny.
Oh, are you leaving now?
No, we're staying. What do you think? I just met you. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials
No,
to the
no,
Blumel
fuck you,
workshop
fuck
and
you. No,
deliver
go
them
talk
to the
to your
owner
fucking
there.
brother. No, get the fuck out.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
It's nighttime, Paimon. I think they closed. Oh, no.
Oh, hello
You
there.
should have used your
New
fucking eyes then.
customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Fucking magic pockets, Paimon. It's magic pockets. How do you not remember them?
These must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
Do we need to pay? And how do you make them?
No need. They've already
I like the
prepaid several
forge.
batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for,
It's
I
very
even offered them a
guillotine-like.
discount.
Just a little, it just goes up. And
But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Wow. So, is Lenny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but
he's a
who
plant.
knows?
The feds are...
There's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey, to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the archon to make judgments, but Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, you and Nahida both said.
Oh, yeah! So
Not
that
you,
means the Hydro
other
Archon
person
relies
reply.
on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Yeah, the same way the Akasha.
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Oh, we got the mob
Yeah,
here?
but how do we know that you
What the fuck are these blue collar ass motherfuckers over here with fucking overalls and shit? What was one of them named Cleaters or something?
Huh? You...
Oh, you up? Oh.
Business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Yeah, you know what? I like your role, Paimon. Let's get out of here.
Hey, hold on. You're around trying to collect payments. Why don't you settle your own debts first?
This man just spawned. He just spawned
If
here.
Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
This man just popped in here. Child, Tartaglia, Ajax, the 11th Fatui Harbinger, the young lord. This motherfucker just popped in here to beat some people with denim overalls on.
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Are you trying to hound someone else?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd
Hey,
run
what's
into you
up,
here
bro?
in
How you
Fontaine.
doing?
What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, you know, wasn't that funeral very fun? You know, that funeral, you know? For that one lady who, A. Frank, I think her name was. What was her name? Some, I don't know, she got sliced or something like that. Who cares? We sure seem to have run into a lot of friends lately. We have run into you a lot.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring.
Okay, good for you, okay.
But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find
Wanna take Farina's gnosis?
Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
I think we've already weathered enough storms for now.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Northland Bank, he wasn't talking. God damn it,
Don't
Juan.
interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want
Oh.
why don't you come and take it?
Call him boy.
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tooser ice fishing, Tooser said...
Oh, what'd he say? What'd he say, man?
Hey! That's way over the line! Alright, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
I was about to have a good old fucking story. Was he gonna talk about the whole promise about I break your finger on the ice, pinky promise type shit?
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients.
I'll get rough with him, child. Don't worry, you got a job to
You're
do.
the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Okay, sure. Yeah, you know, we're over here, you know, supporting a Fatus, but you know, classic. Damn, and I executed him too for show bottom bomb.
Deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh yeah, you just met one of the big fishes.
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Now's my chance!
What chance? Did you actually you actually tried to sneak this motherfucker?
That was weird.
You actually tried to sneak this guy. What just happened?
Not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision.
Running.
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
You're in Farina land, so she's probably Farining it up.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Exactly, or you can go full foul legacy mode. You better not use your delusion too often, you know, you'll end up like,
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Yeah, we're just here to mug an archon's gnosis, like always, you know, classic stuff.
I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
It happens.
What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
Yeah, just go kill some guys.
I don't
lift
know.
our spirits up.
Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself.
What do you gotta learn, man?
But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
So about this power, you have any idea where it came from?
I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss.
We're getting that lore now. Oh, I didn't. Are you gonna talk about Skirk?
It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk.
Thank you for answering.
She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
What, the ginger within?
What is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss.
What did you see, oh
In
Ajax?
my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Child, you're a whale. You're a narwhal, child. You gotta embrace your inner narwhal.
Whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
It's very possible that inside you, that the power inside you is connected to your incident in the abyss.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
Yeah, just go into the abyss again, man. Just go crawl down that hole like a little gremlin you are if you can find it.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
I mean, you're in the Fatuga. If they can't find her, I don't know who will. Maybe ask me,
Some kind of ghost story.
Actually, scratch that. You might corrupt her. It has to do with the abyss.
I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
Alright, have a good one,
More
Chalet.
work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
Oh, so you could just kill
So
somebody
engaging
in there.
Such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Awesome.
Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Ooh.
I had been asking her for
I
some time before she
fight.
finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorinde.
When we met the Hydra Archon, Paimon.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Thanks for the vision, bro.
Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
Yo,
I'm
appreciate
just
it,
worried
man.
that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
Alright, have a good one, boy.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon.
Yeah.
Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance. Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Lenny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
I like the fountains.
Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
What? Huh?
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
The world's glitching again. Did you say something? Did you just say something?
Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing?
Welcome
Strange.
to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Oh, okay.
Lynette, you scared Paimon. When did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
By the way, Lynette, I seem to hear a faint voice just now.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
It seemed as if the voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
You know, although the traveler seems to be very hypersensitive to elements, Paimon seems to be like a complete elemental nullifier. Like, she's an elemental dead zone. She does not get affected by anything, especially in that Tainari story quest. It was literally like a Chernobyl exclusion zone, and she was chilling. She was just chilling.
When do you cry, Paimon?
You got a very, very high immunity, Paimon, and it scares me. Why do you cry?
What? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
Oh, it's interesting.
So, what did the voice say?
It said calling the name of someone, calling out somebody's name.
If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool
Yeah, fuck them. We got other shit to
pretty
do.
Nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lenny.
Oh my.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house.
Oh yeah, you gotta give us that front row seat. Or the booths. I think they're called booths, right?
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Yeah, front and
Don't
center.
mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny. Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Sure thing, Simon.
I'll be right there.
You got fucking Simon
Seems there's
Cowell
an
in here.
issue with the stage props over there. That's Cowell, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
I wonder if Artashina pops up. Sup fuckers just slam dunks Aoife's head into the fucking sidewalk. Ayata? What's wrong? Ayata?
Hey, Traveler.
Is that Ayata?
Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything.
Well, you're up, Paimon.
Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Hey, that's alright,
I
man.
would be perfectly happy to
Are you
chat with
fish
you if
daddy?
that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
This is getting even more awkward. And look how he's sitting. That man is distinguished, sir. Good sir.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're
He
also here
he
early
is
and
rocking
sitting in
that
front.
pose.
Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
And such refined vocabulary, sir.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny
Look
then.
how he's sitting.
Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second.
I feel ashamed to be sitting next to him. Like, look how you're sitting, Aoife. Come on. Look how he is sitting. Aoife. You look ashamed, Aoife. Just looks ashamed. That man has arms on his legs, and he has them crossed, and he is looking. He is posed perfectly. Like, take a picture of this man. Any way you look at it, it's gonna be perfect.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon.
See, you had to stand up. You couldn't stand it. You can't stand it, could you? Look how sad you look, Aoife. Look how sad you look. And it's not because you don't have your sister. It's because he emasculated you by the way he sat. He is sitting in such a manner which exudes an aura like, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry.
It is an honor to meet you.
See, he had to stand up. He knew his presence was too much.
And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself.
And that voice too, oh my god.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me
He
to see
better
your
be sitting like
performance in
that when I
person.
get him. If he is not sitting like that, Hoyoverse, I am going to fucking kill you guys. Just kidding, I'll just be very disappointed.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who
And
Monsieur
the
Nervillet
drip.
is.
The fit. The outfit.
Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice.
The
That
eunuchs.
seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
She's just been striking poses like, come on, man, come on, guys, notice me, I'm right here, I'm right here.
I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
She's just trying to be as refined as possible. She's like a little gremlin behind
So
the
I think you
scenes.
should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Just striking poses. Everybody here in Fontaine just strikes poses. It's literally like a JoJo's adventure over here, man. Man, if it becomes like JoJo in here in Fontaine, it's gonna be one of the fucking best.
Huh? Oh, it's
She's just
Serena,
laughing.
the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Yeah, but okay, just look at her. And then, okay, she looked, okay, she noticed how you looked. Okay, now we can move on. Because if not, she's going to start causing a tantrum. The crowds enter the venue and the curtains open for the play. Oh, wait.
Oh, they're dimming the lights. The show must be starting.
Look how he is sitting. Just look at him. Man is... I'm sorry, every time there's going to be a scene of him sitting, I gotta, like, pause it for, like, a few, like, half a minute at least to just admire this man's refined pose. This man has pose, erudition. He just exudes authority. Like, if he told me to get on my knees, I'm like, yes, sir, yes, sir. What?
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Exactly, see? He didn't have to say anything. He did not say shit. And everybody already knew, y'all gotta be in your place. Y'all gotta know where you gotta be. It's like when you're with Ning Wong. You just feel ashamed being around her because you don't feel good enough.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Alright, Lenny, show us what you
And
got.
over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my
She
wonderful
looks so
assistant.
dumb with this shit.
Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Truly, this is the most emotional I've ever seen her in.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further
Let me
ado,
just get
let the
comfy and
show
enjoy the
begin.
show.
Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh. I feel like a little kid.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
Just spawning birds. Okay, simple. Oh.
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple.
Why didn't
She'll
Lule
just turn
stop
into
crossing
air
his
bubbles
legs?
and
He
float
lost his
right out
authority.
of the top.
Oh dear. Wait a minute.
Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully.
Oh dear.
With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Pretty impressive. What a show it was!
If he could
Truly.
see easily through his tricks,
Back
that
with
would
his
mean that his
authority
skills are still
right there,
lacking.
just exuding it.
Thank you, everyone.
even entertained
I'm glad
the
you enjoyed
Farina.
that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
What do you got for
I'm
us,
sure
boy?
many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
Exactly, just look at how distinguished he is. Look at all these regular Joes. Look at all these regular people. Ether too. Like, y'all basic motherfuckers. And you really over here sitting, just... He is slaying. He is serving. He is serving us. And we can't do anything. We're just all there, stood, frozen.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations.
Alright, Lene.
So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Oh my.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
Shut the fuck up.
The lucky
Just
audience
watch.
member will be generated by this random number selector.
Random, huh?
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand
Isn't
for
that...
an entire
Wait,
minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Isn't that the thief from the port? Oh wait, no, it's not.
I'm sorry, it might be
Oh,
a
wait, I think it
little
is.
cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, okay.
It's like a... Thanks, I guess. I think she's the thief from the port. She got that same hairstyle.
Right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
I'm sure Linea's prepared.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58!
That's
Oh, no.
right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52?
Damn, how many speeding?
Counting, Nervalet.
He's counting. Just shut the fuck up, Paimon. Do not disturb him. Have you the audacity?
I am counting in my head.
Exactly.
I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Exactly.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Yes, sir.
Alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something. 40, 39, 38!
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places.
For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
I did not read that.
25, 24, 23. What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown.
Don't worry, I know Lenny got this. He got this.
Change is still plenty of time.
10! Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Stop. And the other girl fucking sent her to the Shadow Realm. Oh, you killed her. Good shit. Oh, he's dead. All right, Garrick. Nice knowing you, man. Well, get Garrick left anymore. Somebody died.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
She was like, okay. Oh, well, it seemed to be alright. Alright, Ted.
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
I like a good old
Unfortunately,
mystery.
the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic
God
troupe.
damn it, Simon! Simon died.
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
He sent her to prison.
And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Oh, she's around here. She's around here. She's probably behind the curtains, just scheming with her big droid.
The serial disappearances case?
Moving all dapper and shit.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
And to pull it off like this, in front of an audience. Yeah, that's it.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. really. Using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I
What you
say
got,
that
Farida?
our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not?
Damn,
Now
Farina.
that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He's a suspect at most.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
Well, what's up? What's wrong? What's wrong? You match that energy, Farina. Match that energy.
What Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
Exactly. Execute him, Farina. Execute him. Get that sword and cut his head off. Come on, you
And murder
French
carried out
style.
under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean, you.
What the fuck?
Traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you?
What?
After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
I just want to find my fucking sister. What the fuck?
Then there's no problem at all. You know,
Why
the
do you-
Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
You are an A1 instigator. Was Mark Phillips your goddamn mentor or something? You must have learned from Mark Phillips. Some A1 instigating
With
right here.
Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Let me call Yanfei. What the fuck? I got Yanfei on fucking speed dial. I don't have a legal license. No, no, Traveler, no.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly
Worst
fashion
case
once
comes
they
to
have been
Lenny,
cleared by the guards.
he can just call fucking Arlashina and she'll bust him out. That or make him make him past
A
tense.
day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really
You are
looking
unhinged.
forward to hearing it.
You just like problems. You just like problems. So what happened to Simon?
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Sorry for skipping.
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal.
Bros got crushed.
I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me.
I know who kidnapped the girl. I know for 100% who did that. And if I am not wrong, choke me, okay? Choke me, Nouvelle. You can choke me, please, choke me, please. I beg you, please, please. But I know 100% who it is, and I'm gonna say, and you know, Sandrone, it's fucking Sandrone. She did that shit. She has a habit of fucking killing people and kidnapping. It's her. 100%. It is her. It is Sandrone. She is working in the fucking shadows, kidnapping people. Serial kidnapper. That's right. Her. That sounds like some Fatui shit. And who kidnaps people? Her. She kidnaps and kills people. She is unhinged.
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did.
If it has anything to do with mechanisms, that machine to pick numbers. Everything was rigged from the start. She did it. It was her. Sandrone is behind. Probably didn't kill Cal. Probably did. You know what? Yeah, she probably did that. No, she's not one to kill people. She's one to turn people into puppets.
Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
It's very strange.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Wow, what the fuck? Where'd you get your fucking glasses? Where'd you get those?
Paimon bought them when we
Keep
were reading
those.
at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
Finally, you added something new to your fit. It has been so long, and finally, after four years of Genshin Impact, you finally get something new, and it's this.
Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
How much do you get for your savings?
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
Thank you, Lynette.
You have good taste, Lynette.
Exactly.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now.
Yeah, some guy
I need
died,
to
but
get back to
whatever.
my normal self.
Probably had a family, friends, probably had like a dog or something. Probably had like a crush on a girl, something like a big day coming up for him. Crushed. What a way to go, You know what it feels like to be crushed? To have your organs literally just mashed together at such a speed. You think death is instantaneous, Lene? Let me just look it up. What is it like to be crushed? These injuries can cause severe pain. They may require a long recovery time while he's dead. What happens when people are crushed? Some people have broken ribs, fractured spinal cords, organ damage, lungs and heart just pushed together, as well as internal bleeding or muscle damage. He could have died instantly, Maybe he could have been alive for a little bit longer, but all that internal bleeding, blood just gushing out from inside, turns into a literal meat bag. A literal bag of blood just pouring out. Like, what crushing feels like. It's the feeling of the butterflies in the stomach, the moment in which that person completely invades. Oh, what the fuck? Crush, oh, motherfucker. I made a whole tirade out of this, and I gotta call Farina crazy. Look at
But
me.
with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Just go to the attorney epic class.
We'll be counting on you.
Don't they feel like injustice is difficult to be proven? Like you got Chief Justice Nouvelle, and then you got the machine thing, the judges. So I think y'all are cool. Y'all didn't do it, then y'all good, right?
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, just leave it to us.
I can't get over this.
Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
You know what else would involve that, Lene? Prison. You wanna go to the fort? You wanna go there, Lene? You wanna go there on manslaughter charges at the best? You wanna go there? Is the trade secret matter
The
that
secrets
much?
behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial.
Exactly, don't be like Himiko, alright?
'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it.
Well, best start looking for another profession then, because that's no one going crashing
But
down.
if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case! Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Alright, Paimon with the accent. Where their attorneys? Don't ask for our licenses.
I see. You must
I
be
guess
the
we'll be
traveler
charged for
that
that
Lady
too.
Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Esmond, I don't have a fucking choice. Anywhere I go, Farina is gonna fucking find a way to instigate something.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Alright, Esmond, what
The
do you got?
deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him.
Damn.
The assistants are usually in charge of setting
fat
up and
leg.
inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
But what was Cal inside?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl.
Yeah, Sandra only fucking napped her.
However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
It makes no sense. Why kill him in front of a fucking show?
But he doesn't have a motive!
Exactly.
Are you both good friends of his?
No, I barely met him for like a week.
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
Literally for like almost 2 days.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys.
Well, okay. First part, not true. Man sussed out the moment he started talking about father, about Pop. Knowing full well these are fucking hearth boys that we got over here. Convinced me to act as his attorney, I was strong-armed into that shit.
I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand.
He must be a fun person to be around, man.
I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
The opposite can be true, though.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good.
No worries, all good.
Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Oh, you case wreck. Oh, it's gonna be like Danganronpa. Ooh. Oh, it's gonna be some Ace Attorney. Ooh. Perception skill.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
No, pose all that time. Safety concerns, or
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
someone was burning it throughout the entire show. Just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems. Like a type of flash cotton. Let me just sit. Oh, the investigation part made me stand up, alright? I haven't played Danganronpa in a long fucking time, and this shit got my juices flowing. What? Like, Raincoat is out, and I don't got a Switch, so I had to watch a series on it, but still. This is just slaking my first. Like a type of flash cotton.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes. Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Who is she?
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Halsey.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera
familiar.
House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Has she met with any, what about the Patui?
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
That's all. It's gotta be Sandrone. It's gotta be her. It's gotta be. It's gotta.
Okay then.
Thanks for letting me know about
No
this.
need to be so formal. If you do happen to
Maurice!
see a missing girl, please
I
be
didn't see
sure
your
to
name.
contact us.
Maurice!
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Imagine if it chose Sino. Sino was in there. Oh, that'd be hilarious. The most in-depth kind of like, this is very funny.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Everything's a tall order with this guy, because he wants it to be a fucking tall order. You just had to say, no, just let the guy do his thing. Call it Yanfei. You know, for a solid, she'll take up the case. But here you are, doing this shit for some reason. He's want to help Paimon moonlight as a detective.
And then he used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Oh, look, he's kind of ironic at this point.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
Where did the machine come from?
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Alright, so where did the machine come
Did you
from?
see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny?
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
I see that you're investigating the area.
What are the rings
Well, it
as
just
name?
so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Why would I do
We
that?
don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Yeah.
Thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
Probably be when the water tank was tampered with.
makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Strange sound. Check something. Oh, she got the whole, oh. Look at her. She got her old glasses and mustache. Look at her.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Damn, mafioso over here.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth.
Versetti over here and
No.
with Scarface.
And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
You got a Melazine back there. I know you. I know what you are.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating
I'm not from
disputes and providing
Fontaine,
protection
dumbass.
to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Every one of you all are so fucking extra. I love it.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Alright, Silver the Hedgehog.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Alright, we got Silver and Claude Milas.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need.
Courteous
You don't have to
bows,
call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate as well,
That's
huh?
right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Yeah, it's 20 years ago. How old was Lenny back then? Like fucking 6? He was still a harp. He was still in the Hearthlands.
We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Ooh, I like your gloves, miss. Look at that. Look at that embroidery. Oh my god, that's so fucking beautiful. You are so fabulous.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever. Wasn't she?
That's just her.
That's
She's
not
just being a
uncommon for
girl
her.
boss
If
gatekeeper,
you remember,
gaslighting
the justice had to interrupt her
queen.
and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course,
It
there
was always
was
like,
no
death
way
penalty,
Maria was
death.
going
And
to back down
it
in
was
that
like, hey, yo,
situation.
chill. 50 years. Fine. There's no parole.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Well, when you put it like that.
Alright, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any
She
pointless
looks so
questions from me.
beautiful. Oh my god.
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
It's fun.
Well?
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to come like that.
See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations.
Beautiful hat. I
Our
want it.
joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Cosmo would thrive here.
Since when did we become assistants?
There's great feeding grounds for him.
Huh? Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances.
Well, they gotta beat
In
the
this
allegations.
sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
What the fuck's up with your glasses? What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck's up with your glasses, actually? What the fuck?
Nothing to add.
Hey, you gotta add some shit to your glasses, though. What the fuck?
Alrighty then. We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
No problem. Let me just check. Let me check this guy. Let me check this guy. Let me check this guy. Let me just check.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No,
If you don't have any official documentation, I do apologize. Well, except for Inazuma, I guess.
Were you always guarding this entrance?
Look at her. Do you think she has it? Also, nice hairstyle.
After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time, I couldn't see Lenny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave.
Alright, well, they didn't take the main entrance.
Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, I heard you guys got good eyesight.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
Sorry.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Thank you, Molly.
You've arrived. Who's this?
And it's fucking Robert, who knows?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the fighting power.
Power Ranger.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation.
Got two
And these are
guards
my
with us, too.
companions. Would you mind if they
You got
join as
armed
well?
escorts.
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
You just come here to figure out the secrets that this magician
I
does.
appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Ooh.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Oh, so you were here.
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside. It's
Exactly.
a box within a box.
All right, let's go. I'll
There's
tell
like
you
a
how it
mechanism.
works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a
Yep.
passageway under
Put
the
it down, rail it over to the other side. But how do you get there under 10 seconds, though? So the FUD is probably like the box falling down.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as
That
soon
or
as
the
you saw
tank.
this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley?
Yep.
The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
And what about your side of the trick?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
Oh.
My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this
You
trick.
tuck your tail away.
Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
I can tell a lot of thought was put into
Lynette
this.
would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement.
What's the
The
basement?
guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
Huh.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so. Almost like a locked room mystery. But there ain't no body, so I guess there ain't really a locked room mystery, but...
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The Oratrice, the
That's
machine
right.
listens?
This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
The machine decides.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Understandable.
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
That's not time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Come the fuck on, Paimon. Hold on.
Just kidding.
Resist.
Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
How the fuck do you make snacks?
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Okay,
I
Alfred.
have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Okay, Alfred. Okay, Red.
Good work, you
Got
two.
Alf and Red.
Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a spina de... Okay. Methodically handles the ingredients and pulls fresh macarons. Ooh.
Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Good shit.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano.
Who the fuck are the horses?
I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Got weird ass faces, but I like the art.
Eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Thank you.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from the twins, we are left with 2 other people missing.
The vase and the
Or
thud we
dead.
heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this 3rd person even exists.
True. None of
I'm
the
just
clues
convinced
we
it's
found thus far
Sandrone.
support
She
the
doing this.
existence of the third
She's
person.
experienced. She's
But
been around the
the
mill.
people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
Alright, alright.
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't
Let
worry
me
about
consume,
it.
sir.
At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine.
Sure, everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly.
No need. Navia, calm down.
As you wish, Demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Yo, endless supply.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed?
Here she is, lady of the hour.
Came up empty-handed?
Oh, now here you are talking shit,
That
instigating.
was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce
Mark
proof
Phillips has
of their
arrived.
innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Alright, everything everybody knows.
Thank you,
everything that.
Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Farina's the prosecution.
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
What?
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No,
Okay.
nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could they not know about
Yeah,
that
I'm
sound?
sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and
Unless
I
it wasn't
definitely
from
heard
the
the
box,
thud.
but from above. Uh-oh.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
The machine is judging us.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Oh, you just talking shit.
Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
Some mug prick.
I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Oh, now you're just bringing this shit up. Come on, now you just ain't you affiliated? Aren't you affiliated?
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui? I mean, you should have known
did
this.
something like this.
Y'all affiliated, huh?
Serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I blame it all on
I've
Sandrone.
got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Then why are we talking about Papa, huh? Why are we talking about Pops? About good old Daddy, huh?
Indeed. Then perhaps
I
you
like
could
the
tell us
transitions.
everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
She's gloating.
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Pull an all-nighter, come on.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order!
You literally just chatted with Chala. Hey, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, my bro, my brother, how you doing? It is tough in these streets, is it not?
First, When the thud was heard in the
About,
opera
oh, waiting
house,
till
you were neither in the
fuck
box nor the
you're friends with
tunnel.
a harbinger.
Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth.
But then again, they are under Arlecchino. And she a wild
Are
card.
these claims true?
Plus, Child is here. Along with the house operatives, there must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before. Yeah, you like getting duped.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, that.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
You're like, cut off of his head.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
Shut the fuck up, you dumbass motherfucker. I might as well cut your fucking head. Alright, spill the tea. Spill it. I know y'all look sad.
Well, this is awkward.
Oh no, it's
I didn't
exciting.
think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
It's a fucking Hydro Archon. What the fuck do you think? She likes gossip, but you think she wouldn't find out?
Sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
You know we had the issues with the Fatui, you know. Dunyarzad, Pepe. Like, you know how much we've been fucked by the Fatui?
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
Alright, talk, boy.
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Yeah, I kind of found that shit out.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face.
I thought you said it was a fact. Why are you saying mine?
I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how come we know that isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole
Did not
minute?
expect that.
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that,
And
the
it was
homicide
like,
occurred
what you
just as
doing?
you saw.
Yo, man. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Arlecchino to
Anyway, time to butcher you.
That explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Alright, Halsey, time to butcher. Why do you want to understand how the Oracle operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend... Oh, wait. I will defend you from the charges. I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should. I'll defend you.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Yep, Lene's statement. And the voice in the ordinance. I want to listen to this one more. Let me stand up. I heard a mysterious voice. But was it a female voice or a male voice? Because if it was a male one, well, I guess I'm fucked. Unless the robo guy talks.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention at this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Oh? Investigation to refute any erroneous assertions. Alright. Begin refutation.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed.
Damn, look at that. Look at that motherfucker. Fucking blasted him.
So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key
I
to
object.
refuting Lady Farina is the order of events.
Okay, Zach.
What Linney experienced and what he saw.
Alright, start. There we go.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
Alright, Paimon, speak.
When the countdown started, Linney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Alright, makes sense, but how do we prove that? she's blushing.
Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The on-stage equipment was clearly tampered with in premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Lini by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lini only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Lini's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. Your claim has also become a critical clue.
That's right! Lini wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lini had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof. How do you like that?
I thought you were flipping her off for a second. I thought you were like flipping her off. I was like, damn, Paimon, like, jeez.
Well played.
Yeah, y'all just fucking dick riding, alright.
To think you'd use such logic.
Uh-oh, calm down there.
Well then, if it wasn't Lini who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Sandrone, the Mario fucking net. Select gear icons. Alright. Answer and fill all empty gears to verify the correctness of your deductions. If you have made mistakes, you must make another selection. These events are all quite equal.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
It's Cowell?
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did.
I mean, it makes
How he went
sense.
from would-be perpetrator to victim.
It's like fucking. I'm not gonna. I don't want to spoil Raincoat, so I'm not. But it's like that. It's like that one case. It's the only question I got.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Halsey go? Maybe he pulled a child and fell into the abyss.
How it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Yeah, the water tank thing. I was trying to figure that out. How do y'all do the water tank? Water tank trick, not the water tank.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
You doing the Holy Harbinger pose. That shit does not fall in our favor, not once. It's just balanced.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Sorry, sir. Please wait, sir. Hold on a second.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please.
She's
hope
cackling.
you know how preposterous you sound at the moment.
That smug face.
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment.
Appreciate
The
it.
truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at
That's
the
how you
end
spell
of
it?
the rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since
Look
the
how
trial does
he's
indeed appear to be at an
thinking.
impasse, I believe
Sir.
that additional evidence may help us make more
Calm
progress.
down, sir. Look at him. Look at him.
Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
What do you
The
got?
notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
Oh, y'all got some WPS?
Primordial sea.
Y'all got some WPS
The
on
note's
y'all?
contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an
Oh,
accomplice.
he's a fucking cartel dealer? Motherfucker, he's a cartel guy.
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
And now I'm thinking the Tory's
As
involved.
such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl, wait just a minute, could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Could Cal actually be alive and he just dissolved himself?
Wait!
Oh, I know you got a crush.
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic,
Damn, they just booked
albeit
it.
with the understanding that Ms. Halsey
They
has
did.
yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
WPS. I am bad at this.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Alright, speak your mind.
In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Yeah, there we go, there we go.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
Alright, okay.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case, and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
Uh-oh.
That can't be.
Boy was framed. And the cackling resumes.
Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Back here we go. Begin refutación.
He did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent, having made modifications to the props beforehand. His accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Indeed it is. But I can refute this.
Am I right, Mr. Linny?
No.
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
You sure?
Is this the end of the road?
Don't worry, I got it. Oh, that's real against. Come on, you ain't gonna let me rebut.
I can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning.
Flawless.
I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move... excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Nadia, is it? Aren't you gonna be held in contempt of court for this?
You not to shout.
What? Yeah, what?
Moves like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
How the fuck?
But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Horse is a monster.
I heard that Lenny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
I knew it. You were the thief.
That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago.
I knew it!
I got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Lenny even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
Huh. Oh.
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
It's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
We need to tell
I mean, the refutation's right there. I mean, I don't think we need to do much. Alright, guess we're doing this.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowl leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowl out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Alright. That was a bit in our favor.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days!
God damn!
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky
How the
thief.
fuck she do that?
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
Oh no.
Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave before the proceedings have concluded.
You want a rage quit?
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Uh-oh.
No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow. Look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim.
I forgot. Water only works for Fontainians, or Fontanettes. Huh. But lucky you.
Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Yo.
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
My eye.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's still celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court?
She's
I
raging.
suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Coupon Town, what?
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Don't get executed.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
Oh, we got a rat? We got a rat?
Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Oh dear. He turned into water. Oh dear.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquid left behind by Varn. He got fucking liquefied.
So, we're just going back now?
The problem seems to have solved itself.
True, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me.
I mean, I'm not looking at you, so what do you think?
Still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
Just want to be sure that we're square.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time.
Tell me about your pops.
As for
your
why
papa.
I'm a Fatus,
Your
it's because
big
the
daddy.
goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then
What's
too.
that say? What's that say? Odits. What the fuck's an Odits? The knave. The knave. I knew Papa is knave. What? Yes, it's being girl boss. Girl boss gatekeeping doesn't matter gender.
Parents first died. Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh my. Snezhnaya is fucked.
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with
That's
such people?
horrible. That was...
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin
Oh, so
to
it happened
adoption
it
or
happened
foster
here.
care.
Damn.
And
Fontaine's
they have
fucked
their
up.
ways of escaping the eye of the law.
villain.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood. And the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement. All of them orphans.
Alright, Arlecchino, you're up my list. You kill pedos, I like that. Alright, Arlecchino, I could dap you up. You kill pedos, I like you.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis.
She has her own plans.
Yeah, she wants to go crazy. Go stupid. Maybe she just wants to kill pedos. If that's the case, hey, I'm with you, Arlecchino. Let's go kill him.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it.
Oh!
She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Okay. I like that.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
But Ajax said she's a wolf in sheep's clothing, so...
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine.
Oh.
We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Okay, y'all are all Fontainites. I like that. I guess people from the chasm, they don't count, then they die.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets,
I like the music
to
too.
huge
I can barely
schemes
hear
like
it, but
stealing the
I can hear the motif.
everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
So from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing the Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy. I can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand.
You know the shit that I've heard from Arlecchino? You know the shit I've heard about her?
I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lenny.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye, Lenny.
Trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Lenny. I wasn't necessarily looking into a serial disappearance case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new
I'm still pinning it on
evidence from the
Sandra,
trial,
and it's complete lunacy, but still.
breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
Well, not
It's
to
like
kill you
having
then.
new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
I don't know, something you're mad about
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
If you say so.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Let's go. Act 1 complete.